Hi everyone, so today we are going to see how we can redeploy the spiders, because I think all of you faced a situation before when you had a data which is different a bit from the data on the site, and you think that it's not a bug of the spider but some changes, recent changes on the site. So in this case would be great to have an opportunity to rerun the spider, but as you know, sometimes we can't do this because the spider's code was changed, and that's why we need to rechange this code again to deploy the spider and run the spider and to see what we have. Alexander. So now I'm going to show you how we can do this. Let me share my screen. Can you see it properly?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. So at first I want to tell you that I updated our QA handbook. The newest changes you can find here. I named them Spiders Redeploy. Probably sometime after we can change this name, it's not important for the moment. And I put here all of the steps which should be done if we want to redeploy the spider. So let's start step by step. The first step, we need to clone our repository with spiders. I've been working on the project brand new mostly, and I had a real example from brand new project, so I choose exactly repository from brand new project. So I need to start with this command. I'm opening my Cygwin and I put this command to Cygwin git clone and this repository. I have a fatal error because I have already this repository on my computer, but in your case you don't have, so you will have a success after this command. Then when you cloned this repo, you need to open the necessary directory named spiders, cd spiders. So you are here. The next, third step is to do git checkout for the necessary branch name. Let me put it this way. How we can know which brand name to put here? I've been working with this spider and I wanted to restart this spider for some URLs to see how the spider will work with them. So in this case I can click on the tab job. Then I can see here on the line version. The first part of this line is not necessary for us. We need only this part. So we're copying this part and we will use it here as a branch name. So we need to do git checkout and this branch name. I have an error again because I'm already in this branch, but in your case you'll have a success outcome. Then you need to install shop. It's done. So as you can see, everything you have to do is going step by step, nothing more. Then you need to log in to Scrapping Hub. But I think I'm already logged in there, so at first let me do logout. And then login. It asks me for my API key and it shows the necessary page for this API key. If I'm not mistaken, for the first time it was asking me about my username and password from GitHub, but now it is asking me about API key. Probably I'm confusing something, but I think so. So I need to open this page to copy my key and put here. Here it is. I hope you will not use it. Shift plus insert and then enter. So I'm here. I am logged in to Scrapping Hub. Then I need to do this deploy. So I'm in the necessary branch. I'm logged into Scrapping Hub. And now I'm going to use the necessary code and then to rerun the spider for the necessary URL link, which I wanted to use from the beginning. And hub deploy. This process will take some time. I think up to 30 or 40 seconds. The current status is here. Now it is deploying. It's done. Then you can check that your deploy is correct here. This is for brand new project page where I can see all the deploys. Here it is, the last one is mine. And the last thing I need to do is to rerun the spider quickly, because if you can see, our deploys are going one by one with a very high frequency. But I wanted to do this restart, for example, for this page. And I need to go here to click on rerun, to add argument, product URL, and then to click here to put here necessary value. As you see, the spider has finished with only one item for the page which I put to the argument. And then you can check in this way, for example, prices or any other different information which used to be changed frequently. As you can see, you need to spend about up to 5 minutes on this action. And then you can make sure that everything is fine with this information. So I hope this lesson will be useful for you.
So we're able to run a spider just for a particular URL?
Yes, we can use arguments for this.
Interesting. Yeah, I knew there was arguments. I didn't know what their function was, but that's very useful that you can restrict it to a certain item, right? So you don't have to wait for the whole job to complete. That's the idea, right?
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. Okay, and was it Brandview people who showed you how to do this, or you just figured it out yourself?
Yes, I forgot to mention. I'm grateful to Pavel Mik from Poland, who showed me how to use this redeploy function. He taught me, he gave me all the instructions, and then showed me how to run the spiders for only one URL link.
Okay.
We used before arguments, but from my experience, not for this case, not for putting only one URL. So it's very useful. And for Vlad and Dmitriev, I want to tell you that to use this argument product URL, you can only on products spiders. Unfortunately, you can do this for discovery or other spiders.
And will a similar approach, not specifically talking about the argument product URL, but a similar approach with respect to show deploy and show login and rerunning the spider will work in most professional services jobs?
I think yes. And the
Okay.
only thing you should to change is this URL. You need to put another git link to another project, and that's all. And all other steps will be the same.
Okay. It's a little bit beyond the scope of this call, but some of the projects are not in Git, they're in Bitbucket. For example, direct employers. So perhaps it's not urgent. It's not urgent, but perhaps what you could do is investigate similar process for Bitbucket repositories.
Sure, I can collect the information from all our PS projects and to update the QA handbook with all necessary links.
So the projects are either in Bitbucket or Git. So I guess if one project, if a process works, for example, for direct employers, which is in Bitbucket, it will work for some others. For example, I think Clarity is also in Bitbucket. So not urgent, but it'd be nice to have both, so we can do this process in any PS project.
Yeah, exactly, and I hope it will be helpful for you guys, because I remember from
it looks really useful to be able to rerun the job in real time for a subset of items, essentially. So I'm glad that you've made us aware of this feature.
Thanks. Guys, do you have any questions for me or any suggestions? Probably. Seems no.
Okay, Alexander and Vlad, I'd like to see you using this in Brandview as much as possible, as another tool in your tool belt. Okay.
Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alexander.